Laborious Lovers. Today by
Max Guerrero.
Sometimes we ask ourselves if doing a lab is a good idea. Is the time going to worth it? How I am going to manage the workload? A lab is going to be useful at the time to get a job? These questions and more are the ones that our laborious lovers who are already successfully working are going to answer.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to podcast number 2. Today, we're meeting with Carla Colomer, an Argentinian and Spanish IE alumni, an ex-social impact labber that graduated in 2020, so just this past summer. Carla is a great person with a great smile, and she wishes to work in personal development and leave a footprint wherever she goes. So can we just have a little hi from our guest, Carla?
Hi, Max. Great to be here. Very happy. The communications lab counted on me coming today. And yeah, I'm very happy and very excited to talk a bit about the social impact lab and hopefully have more people motivated to join.
Okay, so just to introduce you and who you are to all our listeners and our audience out there, let's just give a little bit of a bio about who you are. So do you want to give us a little introduction? Just say who you are, where you're from, and if you could just give us your favorite color as well, that'd be great.
So I'm Carla. I'm a recent graduate from IE, as Max said, from this summer. I was born in Argentina, but I'm Spanish. My parents are Spanish. And yeah, the things I like to do the most is moving around, just meeting very nice people, learning a lot of different things, and investing my time in something creative. That's something I really like.
Oh, and give us your favorite color.
My favorite color, true. So I'm a bit special with this. I have two. My favorite colors are white and black because yeah, I like the extremes. So I'm not going to choose the gray.
Okay. The whole point of what this podcast is just to try and just get to know your experience and just how you were and how you thought the whole IE Labs experience went for you personally. So as you said before, and when we actually introduced ourselves earlier, you did the social impact lab. And actually myself and my co-host, Fran McKenzie, we never heard about it before you explained what it was to us. So in your own words, do you mind just explaining like a quick little summary of what that is so people can understand what you did?
Yeah, sure. So the Social Impact Lab works as a private consultant for clients, and our clients are different NGOs IE chooses. And we are a diverse group of students, people from different degrees and different skill sets that just come together because they have this common motivation of making an impact. And we work with different projects depending on what our client needs. So normally it's something related to fundraising plus something related to business development. So maybe a business plan or marketing plan. So depending on the organization.
That's great. And you said you're really into entrepreneurship. And I remember earlier you said that your mom was actually doing stuff with NGOs as well. And that's kind of like what the basis of the Social Impact Lab is. And we just wanted to know, like, was your mom being involved with these NGOs and all these organizations? Did that kind of influence you into making this decision to join that lab especially?
Yes, for sure. My mom has been in the NGO industry for over 15 years.
Wow.
She's a coach, but she started working with NGOs even before. And I think that drive for sure came from her. In my house, it has been very important since I'm very young to always give back in anything you can and help in any way you can. So what I learned at home is that you don't really need to get a plane and fly to Cambodia and just contribute in that way, but that you can contribute your little things, your skills, your energy, your enthusiasm to work with different NGOs and really drive an impact to whatever they need.
That's
So it's
so
very
great.
nice.
So all this like social movement and social impact that you're working on, does it kind of relate back to what you were doing with the lab? I mean, I just wanted to ask, did doing those labs, because you did it for 2 years, you did the social impact lab for 2 years, you said, so it must have had a lasting impact on you to want to do it again, and then help out the second year as well. Was there anything that you learned about yourself doing the lab that you wanted to that you take into your day and take into your work experience and your exchanges and all that kind of stuff?
Yes, for sure. I think the Social Impact Lab was an amazing experience. And even though I did it for 2 years, I always remained in touch. The most important teaching I took from there is how to make a lot with little resources for like an adaptability perspective. Like I think working with NGOs, you learn how to adapt and how to do your best with little. So I took that to my career and to my exchange and to everything. Because, for example, even if you're in a big tech firm, if you want to use a tool or something, you're going to have to learn to do it without having to ask for extra funding for your project or extra different things. So I think that's very useful. But the thing I took the most is, I think, how big and how important is to have a strong motivation. So, for example, for the Social Impact Lab, like the thing that got us together and made us stick together and make us still remain in touch, and me with my professors and me with my teammates and everything, I think is the desire to do more. So like the impact you do, it's not enriching a company, but it's doing something bigger. It's wanting to do that impact and wanting to put in the work for something bigger.
That's
So I
amazing.
think that was great.
That's amazing. I think that's just the whole goal. I mean, especially with the social impact lab, because you were talking about this the other day and you said that because everyone just has like this whole like common goal. Everyone sort of has this whole, oh, I want to go and just make a change. I want to go and help and build up this NGO. And everyone sort of has different skills. And I think that that's super interesting that one person's maybe good at marketing, one person's good at graphic design, one person's good at talking, and then you just kind of all come together. I think that links back to what you were talking about with the just making do with what you have. And I think that's just a great point to get people to understand what that is about the social impact lab, because before I had no idea. And so you just explained everything to me, and it sounds like a really good, I mean, you're persuading me right now to go sign up next year.
You should join, honestly, because I think, I don't know, it's different from a lot of different labs, because a lot of labs are great for CV purposes and to meet people, or like to go to a law firm and do a project with a real company, and those things are very, very good. But in the end, what I saw in those labs was that a lot of people were from the same degree, maybe law, maybe communications in this case, or maybe other things. But in the social impact lab, it was people that came from everywhere, people from different ages, people from different degrees. As I said, the very creative people went into creating flyers for the fair, or the very analytical, data-driven, structure people, those went into the like business and marketing plan creation, or the very social, open people went into the presentations, the presentation of the raffle, the sales, the partnerships. So that was very interesting. And I think it was like a whole company, like all the different profiles of people all put in together. So it was great.
I mean, listen, I mean, since I'm considering it now, imagine myself and the audience was someone who is a little hesitant or just about to go into this lab. Do you have any tips? What's the first thing that comes to mind that you would tell someone just joining?
Dream big. I think if you have the energy and you're very, very proactive, you wanna learn more, you wanna talk with people, you want to work in a team, you have energy to do a lot, I think this is a lab for you.
That's a really good tip. I'll bear that in mind if I do sign up. So you're giving all these tips and you're giving them from the standpoint of view a few years ago. I mean, you just graduated, and you know you're still young, and you're just going off and exploring the world just now. But this is actually a little surprise part for you that you didn't know we were going to ask you. We actually have a little quiz for you about IE to see if you still have that student spirit, you know, all those good stuff. So if you get it wrong, don't worry. But, you know, maybe the audience will have a little bit of, you know, shun for you.
Okay, we'll see.
So if you could just tell us, what do you think the current slogan of IE is? I'll give you a couple of options. Is it driving positive change? Is it redefining uniqueness? Or is it driving innovation?
It's
not looking good, Carla.
Not really looking good. I'm between the last two. But they recently changed it.
I'll give you 5 seconds.
I think it's the third one.
Yes, you're right. It is driving innovation.
Yeah.
Wow. Perfect. Great job. See,
that was tough.
People complain that people forget about their university years once they graduate, but obviously
because it was the second one when I started.
So, yeah. She's been here a while. You've been here a while then.
Okay. I know, 2016. That's crazy.
We just have one more thing for you because, you know, university years are a very special time, and we can tell that you really enjoyed them and that you made great memories. We actually asked you to prepare this so the audience knows. But Carla, could you share with us and our audience, please, a song that reminds you of your university years? Because this is a very special time and music is a very special thing in all of our lives. So if you could just say the name of the song, please.
Yeah, it was a hard pick because honestly, I thought about it the whole weekend. Something that is lively, energetic, a song that you listen to and you're happy and you want to dance around. So my pick was in Spanish. It's called Madre Tierra Oye.
I have no idea what that song is, but
I bet you don't, but you'll listen to it and you'll remember it.
Yeah, I mean, my co-host friend, she's smiling. I bet she knows that song. Shaking her head, yes. She's shaking her head, yes. Of course she does. But yeah, okay, that's great. I'm sure all of our audience will go and listen to that right now. Carla, thank you so much for being our guest and being on here and taking the time to talk to us about just who you are, your life, and your experiences with the Social Impact Lab. It was great having you on the show. So any final remarks?
Thank you so much for having me. And honestly, IE is amazing. The Social Impact Lab is great. And if anyone has the possibility of joining or the desire to make something bigger, I think it's really the place to be. So really, I just motivate everyone to join. And thank you so much to you for having me, and to the Communications Lab in general for making like this great initiative. I think it's amazing.
Thanks so much, Carla. Okay, thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you in the next episode. I've been Max, your host, and Francis, your co-host, and this has been Carla Colomer. We will see you later.